It was the weekend on Saturday evening. Kayla's parents had to go to England for a meeting, so they told her to stay home by herself, but before they left, they installed a good security system in the house. At around 5:30 p.m. the next day, she received an email from her dad saying that he had transferred money to the bank and wanted Kayla to withdraw it. She sighed in frustration, but had to go to the ATM before it got dark because it could be dangerous. She started off walking the usual 5-minute distance and arrived at the ATM. She noticed a man leaning on the light post to the right of it. He was facing down and was completely shirtless with long black trousers on. Kayla was confused and many questions were running in her head. Why is he looking down and why is he shirtless on a cold November's evening? She quickly withdrew the cash and got out immediately. Kayla turned around to see if the man was still standing there, but he was gone. She sighed in relief, thinking that he had already left. She turned her head and suddenly the man was standing in front of her. Kayla nearly screamed in terror with her heart pounding faster than it ever has, and he was staring at her with soulless cold eyes and a creepy smile on his face. She dared not to open her mouth to ask what was wrong with him. Instead, Kayla took that opportunity to run as fast as she could and pass him by. She ran a good distance away and glanced over her shoulder to see if he was following her, but for some reason he didn't move from that spot. In less than 3 minutes, she reached her house. Kayla then checked her security cameras to see if that man followed her home, and luckily, he didn't. Feeling paranoid, she decided to sleep on the couch that night near the recording TV. The next morning, Kayla woke up early to go for a run at a nearby park. She was walking into the deeper area of the park where there were no people ahead of her, but then she noticed that somebody was following her. She just thought it might be a regular person walking in the park, so she plugged in her earphones, turned on the music, and continued running. A few seconds later, she felt the ground vibrate with heavy steps of a man, then suddenly the man wrapped his arms around Kayla's waist. Kayla screamed and he remained silent and let go of his left arm from her waist and covered her mouth. She bit his hand until his skin broke and bled. He was screaming in agonizing pain, but was not so foolish to free her from his locked right arm. She immediately turned around to face him, and that's when she saw that it was the same guy from yesterday at the ATM. He lowered his face closer to Kayla and said, "I've never seen such a beautiful girl like you from my whole neighborhood." Kayla was so freaked out and panicked, trying to resist, but the guy wouldn't let go of her. By some miracle, 2 security guards approached him from behind and knocked him down to his feet, handcuffed him, and took him to the police. Kayla asked the security guards how they knew she was in danger. He said that the security team fixed hidden cameras on trees and light posts for visitors' safety 3 days ago after there were reports that young teenage girls go missing in this park. Kayla thanked the security guard after saving her life, and he told her not to travel places anymore without an adult. After 15 minutes, the police arrived at the scene and they asked Kayla for details and how it all started. Kayla then called her dad and told him about the incident. The police gave her a ride home and said they would give her an update on the situation. She thanked them for the help and left. 2 days passed. Kayla got a call from the police and they said that they collected all the information and details about the man. He fled from his country and admitted to many felonies and will be sent back to receive his punishments and the death sentence.